do you remember about the 1985 Patriots? 40 years later, we're going back to tell the story of the first Patriots team to make it to a Super Bowl, a special team that blazed a pathway that we much traveled over the next 4 decades. Hear from the players and coaches, as well as the sounds from television and radio that define the season, as we uncover what made this a Patriots team to remember, even if they didn't win a Super Bowl championship.
After stop by Tippett. Annihilative might be a better word.
Touchdown! 65 yards. Intercepted. Patriots. David Claiborne. Runs it back. Touchdown. New England. The defense scores. Rogan's back looking to throw. Fires this one to Pryor. Touchdown! Stanley Morgan. Touchdown. Still going as Robert Withers down 35 to 40 to 25 to 20. 50 to 5. He's got it all. Touchdown. There's Irving Pryor running it all the way for a touchdown. 85 yards. Irving Pryor. Decent rolling out to the right side, avoiding the pressure. On the run, he throws. Complete for a touchdown. Lynn Dawson in the end zone. 6 points, Patriots. Touchdown, Patriots. Tony Collins. The Patriots have the lead.
I'm Mike Dussault, and this is a Patriots Super Bowl Sound Odyssey, 1985, Episode 10, Legacy.
Our football team has been winning games the same way the Bears did today, knocking the ball loose from people and getting the football. And I'm really proud of our football team. They've just come so darn far over such a hard road this year and played as consistent a football as any team I've ever been around. And I just don't think there was one more darn thing we could have done today.
40 years ago, the Patriots made history. They didn't win the Super Bowl, but they won something else, the hearts of New England. The 1985 team represented a turning point, a foundation, a spark. 4 decades later, we've taken a 9-episode look back that covered it all. Now, in Episode 10, we look back at the legacy of the 1985 Patriots.
Eason over the middle to Morgan, through his hands, and he had a touchdown. Mike Singletary, the middle linebacker, may have gotten a piece of the ball in flight.
The morning after the Patriots lost to the Bears in the Super Bowl, the Boston Globe ran a front-page article about members of the team's drug use. Just 24 hours prior, the Patriots had been enmeshed in the best season in franchise history and were 1 game away from winning a championship. Now, they had suffered the most lopsided defeat in Super Bowl history and were in the media's crosshairs. The good vibes were quickly erased.
Interesting, I guess is one way of saying it, that when the season ends and this all comes out, it looks like the Patriots, were involved in drugs. Well, actually the team, in my opinion, was the cleanest team in the NFL. And I happen to know it was, but it got painted with a brush that was not really accurate about what really happened.
Ironically, Raymond Berry had recognized the team's problem before the season and had taken steps to clean things up.
You see, I sat down in the offseason and talked with every player individually about this matter, every one of them. We all got on the same page about why it had to stop, and I told them why it had to stop. And one of the main reasons is because the fans, the NFL, are the reason why we have a league. And they're buying a product, and the product has got to be untainted.
But as the firestorm raged, those proactive steps did little to quell the flames.
If in the future a player like this goes back and we get information that he's on drugs, then he's going to be suspended up to 1 year. It's loss of salary, and I'm going to tell the press about it.
Days after the Super Bowl, Berry's team voted to become the first NFL team to okay voluntary drug testing.
To the best of our knowledge, the Patriots have become the first pro sports franchise to submit to voluntary drug testing. This as a result of a team meeting in New Orleans on Monday.
But the damage had been done. The success of the season was forgotten, and for some players, trust had been broken. It wasn't the end for Berry's Patriots, but the trajectory had been set.
The 1986 edition of the New England Patriots arrived at summer training camp as defending AFC champions. The year before, under the stable leadership of head coach Raymond Berry, they had given their fans the most exciting season in team history.
They know they're good enough to go on the field and play with anybody. And that's a big thing to learn and to believe. It doesn't win you any games. You got to go out there and do it. But to know that you can do it, I think, is a major step psychologically.
The Patriots would be even better during 1986's regular season, finishing 11-6 and winning their first AFC East division title since 1978. But the team was beginning to change, with John Hanna becoming the first key veteran to retire.
My goal was very simple. I wanted to be the best offensive guard that ever played football.
The rushing attack fell from 6th in rushing yards to 28th. But Tony Eason improved to offset the decline, throwing 19 touchdowns to 10 interceptions and even earning some votes for a sixth-place AP MVP finish.
Eason has Morgan open. Stanley Morgan, and he's just knocked out of bounds as he was putting it into high gear.
Stanley Morgan was a key beneficiary, posting 1,491 receiving yards and 10 touchdowns, making the AP's second-team All-Pro and a Pro Bowl. Andre Tippett missed 5 games, but still made a second-team All-Pro and an appearance at the Pro Bowl with 9.5 sacks, while Garen Veris led the team with 11 sacks in his second year. Mosi Tutupu and Raymond Claiborne also made the Pro Bowl as well. The Pats still had the talent, but the magic was missing.
For New England, it was another remarkably fine year. The home field advantage won by Denver when they beat New England here earlier could have been the difference for Raymond Berry's team. The winning score late in the third quarter, a 48-yard touchdown pass from John Elway to Vance Johnson on a play where the Patriots were offside, relaxed. Elway did not, and hit Johnson with a bomb that sends Denver to Cleveland.
Unlike 1985, the 1986 Patriots were not road warriors and bowed out in the first round of the playoffs, losing in Denver to John Elway and the Broncos 22-17. Things would only further dissolve from there for the franchise. An 8-7 finish in the strike-shortened 1987 season led to a 9-7 finish in 1988. 1988 was also the final year of the Sullivan family's ownership of the Patriots, as Victor Kiam took over as principal owner. During the Sullivans' 28 seasons owning the team, the Patriots tallied 14 winning records, made 6 playoff appearances, played in the 1963 AFL Championship game, and represented the AFC in Super Bowl 20. As Patrick Sullivan pointed out, there was something unique about 1985.
What I hope that people remember about this team was that they ended up coming together in a way that almost any enterprise that you have, if you have a group of people that can pull together the way these guys did, there's no limit to what you can do. And there was this real camaraderie on that team, just this real warmth in the room about the camaraderie that team had was pretty unique, and then extended out into the community, and our guys were always very, very strong participants in the community, which was something that we've been very proud of.
Finishing the year with 3 straight wins landed New England only 1 game from the playoffs in 1987 and left little doubt the Patriots were the division's best team at season's end. Fighters right to the finish, the 1987 New England Patriots displayed the heart of a champion.
For Coach Raymond Berry's New England Patriots, the 1988 season began with a warm welcome home for returning tight end Russ Francis, with young stars like Rookie of the Year John Stevens, and a physical team of battle-hardened young veterans to lead the way. There is good reason for the optimism that shines among Coach Raymond Berry's team of character.
Berry lasted 1 more year, as the Patriots fell to a 5-11 finish in 1989, with a 4th-place finish in the AFC East. By 1990, the Patriots were a different team, even if some of the pieces remained the same, including Hall of Famer Andre Tippett, who stuck with the team as they crashed back to earth in the late 80s and early 90s.
Society is made up of that mentality. It's either you won it or you lost it. You lost it, you got your ass kicked, and but you won it. It's like, you will be loved forever. And, we wanted to. We thought that year was going to set us up for future success. Little did we know, we were going to eventually start falling apart, because you don't know. Nothing is promised moving forward. But I would hope that people would honor the body of work that took place in the 85 season, because, nobody gave up. Nobody sold themselves, to the devil. It was like, we were determined to make things happen and to play like, there was no tomorrow.
They'd win just 9 games over the next 3 seasons, as the franchise would bottom out and the promise of 1985 was all but forgotten. Until now. Irving Fryer and Ronnie Lepet spoke about how special and unique the bonds on the 1985 Patriots were.
The year we went to the Super Bowl, though, it just clicked for us, meaning we became a family. And I can say that because all of the other teams that I played on, including the Patriots teams, Miami, Philadelphia, and even Washington, we never got close like that. Again, we never became a family. The guys that I stay in contact with the most are from those 80s teams and the Patriots that I played with.
Pretty telling.
Because we became a family. We became really, really close. We did. Why that happened, how that happened, I'm not so sure if it was Raymond Berry or if it was just something that was organic that just happened, but that's why things came together.
That 1985 team was a very special team. There was a lot of love in that locker room, but we looked out for each other out there and other places. I just miss the old guys, and that team was a team that we wanted to win. So we played hard. We played together. When we lost, we still got together on Mondays, and we had different guys on the buses that when you joke about somebody on the bus, man, they joke bad, and then we get off the bus all laughing and joking at each other and joking with each other and having fun.
Even wide receiver Cedric Jones said he forgot just how good they were.
Everybody played a part, and it was special teams. And, I look back at the tape sometimes. I'll go back and look at my boys and look and say, Dad, how about this game? I had forgotten how talented our defense was with Don Black, with Nandre Chipper. Garen Veras had a great year. And in the defense secondary, you had Raymond Claiborne, who I think should be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Terrific cover guy, Ronnie LePat. Roland James was tough at safety. And, we had Rick Sanford, Fred Marion, just a tremendous group of players. So we were a very deep team, very connected team. We had great relationships with each other. And, I think about it sometimes, like, what would have happened? What would our history, what would our story been if we'd actually won that Super Bowl,
Key running back and leading receiver Tony Collins said those connections still run deep.
The thing that I really want the fans to know about our team, that we loved each other. That was one of the keys to us getting as far as we did. We had a lot of love for each other. And the crazy part about that is there's guys till the day, and man, that on that team that I'm still friends with, I'm still talking to. We're still friends, and we'll always be friends. Those are my brothers. So it was a pretty cool deal, and I'm so thankful to God that I got the opportunity to be on that team.
Becoming the first NFL team to win 3 playoff road games on their way to winning an AFC championship was something the players still take great pride in today, especially for John Hanna, who capped off the final season of his Hall of Fame career by making history.
Of all the things that I'm proudest of was the road trips. We're the first team to ever go to a Super Bowl that many road trips, road games, and winning them. As a matter of fact, all our games were road games, and winning is a wild card, basically. That's something that's never been done before. And we did it. And I guess of all the things about it, that's the one thing that kind of stands out in my mind.
1985 foreshadowed the incredible success that was to come for the Patriots organization. And 2 people saw almost all of it firsthand. Dante Scarnecchia was 1985's special teams coordinator and would go on to be a part of 9 of the 10 future Super Bowl trips. Director of Scouting Administration Nancy Meyer was a part of all of them. After starting in 1974, Meyer stuck with the Patriots through thick and thin, wrapping up 51 seasons with the organization in 2026. Who better to put the 1985 season in perspective?
They were a special group in their own right because they were well-grounded, and they came to the mentality of what it really does take to be a good football team. And as we got into the playoffs, and to a point that you made earlier, that they never won a playoff game, but to get to the end of the playoffs and win the first game, and then win the second game, and then win the third game. I think that it was just something that those guys that have, especially the guys that had been here a long time, I thought they really, really enjoyed that. But through the whole process, stayed grounded and really kept their eyes on the prize.
It was really a special team. And I think we were all just so proud to go represent New England and go on the road and win those games like we did and really earn it. because I think going back when you mentioned before to 1978, and I think we really felt like we were going someplace then, and that was cut off in such a bad way that you don't want to criticize officiating, but sometimes you have to. And, and it took a long time to recover after that because of circumstances with head coaches and players leaving and, really building the program back up again to go and do that in 1985. But darn, those Chicago Bears, I don't think anyone was going to beat them that day, that's for sure. I think Coach Berry brought so much stability to the team at the time. He was such a good man. He cared about everybody on the team, everybody in the facility. And, his kindness went a long way. And I think the players at that point in time might have been one of their first experiences of really understanding the head coach is going to take you places. And I think he was so respected. And I think we did think he'd take us to Super Bowls and beyond,
Did you achieve all your goals when you entered the National Football League? Why do you laugh?
The only goal I had to come to the NFL was to make it for 1 year. And that was it. It never occurred to me anything else had happened. I just wanted to make it 1 year. So, yeah, I did achieve that.
It would be easy to lose track of the 1985 Patriots, but they were a record-setting team with 2 future Pro Football Hall of Famers and 6 Team Hall of Famers, along with Scarnecchia, also a Team Hall of Famer. According to the modern advanced statistic DVOA, this was the 4th best Patriots defense of all time, going back to at least 1978, even when stacked up against the dominant Super Bowl winning defenses that earned years of headlines. Andre Tippett has a bust in Canton, Ohio, and 1985 was the culmination of the 2 most dominant seasons of his career.
I would like for people to never forget that regardless of the fact that we didn't win, we lost the Super Bowl, we were the very first to get this franchise to a Super Bowl. Look at our body of work building up to that and how it has transcended and different things like that. But appreciate those guys, the sacrifices that they made for that 84, 85 season and things that they did to, we were trying to see it through. I mean, did we know Super Bowl 20 was going to be the way it was? No. I had no idea. I mean, I thought we had just as good enough chance of winning Super Bowl as the rest of us on the team. And we had no idea what we were up against. But value the work ethic, the body of work leading up to that. Enjoy what took place.
Garen Veras had 10 sacks as a rookie in 1985 and added 4 more in the playoffs, playing a key role in the historic run. He'd had 11 sacks in 1986 before injuries started to strike, but he still earned a spot on the Patriots' all-'80s team.
Just to be part of that team, the history of being the first New England Patriot team to reach the Super Bowl and to get 3 road wins, and what we brought, the energy that we brought to the New England region, that's what I'm most proud of, to be part of that unit. And that we still, talk to each other and reminisce about those years and what the Patriots have done. Congratulations to the organization, Mr. Kraft, and everybody in New England fans of what the New England Patriots are today and how they're viewed. And I think that we were really one of the reasons that got people really excited about the Patriots, what the potential of the Patriots would be, and then once the Solomon regime was over and then the Mr. Kraft's organization came in, it just took it to another level. But I'm so proud to be part of the New England Patriots and what they mean to so many people. The class, continual class every year. And I think we were part of the starting that the way people looked at us, and I'm proud to be part of that and wish them nothing but success as they go into the future.
Center Pete Brock had seen it all with the Patriots. After arriving in 1976, he tasted the playoffs 3 times before 1985, with all the ups and downs in between. A member of the Patriots' all-1980s team, 1985 was the most special season of his career, and Brock felt that the Patriots had finally earned the respect in a town already obsessed with the Red Sox, Celtics, and Bruins.
that whole stretch of playoffs and before we went down to the Super Bowl, this whole region of New England had something to cheer about. I remember there was about 4 or 5 of us that got invited to the Garden for a Celtics game, and between quarters, they actually paused the game and acknowledged that we were there. And Larry Bird and Kevin McHale and Parrish and the 85 Celtics all turned, and everybody, the whole stands, turned and applauded us for that. It was like, the whole community got behind it. It wasn't just football fans, or wasn't anything like that, but it was, everybody for a moment could celebrate everything, this one thing together. It was that kind of special. So to be part of that was pretty phenomenal.
Running back Robert Weathers, who delivered his fair share of critical plays for the 1985 Patriots, highlighted the hard work that this Patriots team and many others before and after them put in before the 20-year dynasty was born.
I just hope we don't get lost in the sauce. And there's a lot of sauce. No one can argue when you look at what the Patriots has accomplished with those 6 Super Bowl wins. There were teams still working hard, trying to let New England know that we're going to work hard as we can all the time to get what you want. And so we gave them a first glimpse of that we just don't get lost in the sauce and remember that we're still a shiny penny out there.
Thank you for listening to this edition of the Patriots Super Bowl Sound Odyssey podcast. Special thank yous go out to all the players, coaches, and team executives that took the time to reflect and relay their stories from the 1985 season. I'd also like to acknowledge members of the team who have passed away over the years, including Mosi Tatupu, Stephen Starring, Julius Adams, Lester Williams, Toby Williams, and Clayton Weishun, as well as Coach Rod Rust and, of course, New England Patriots founder Billy Sullivan. Their legacy lives on with this 1985 team. Thank you as well to producers Matt Morrell and Alex Caimano, who constructed this 10-part podcast, compiling great sound clips and bringing the entire project to life. And finally, thank you to you, the listeners. Please be sure to like and comment on the series wherever you get your podcasts. And be sure to check out the Super Bowl Sound Odyssey podcasts from the 2001, 2003, and 2004 seasons. 40 years later, perhaps we can now remember the 1985 Patriots, not for how their season ended, but for what it started. Because as we've seen over these 10 episodes, this is a Patriots team that should not be lost in the sauce.
Hector stopped by Tippett. Annihilated might be a better word. Touchdown! 65 yards. Intercepted. Patriots. David Claiborne. Charges back. Touchdown. New England. The defense scores.
Rogan's back looking to throw. Fires this one to Pryor. Touchdown!
Stanley Morgan. Touchdown.
Still going as Robert Weathers. 35 to 40 to 25 to 20. 50 to 5. He's got it all. Touchdown.
Here's Irving Pryor running it all the way for a touchdown. 85 yards. Irving Pryor.
Deason rolling out to the right side, avoiding the pressure. On the run, he throws. Complete for a touchdown. Lynn Dawson in the end zone. 6 points, Patriots. Touchdown. Patriots. Tony Collins. The Patriots have the lead.
Thank you for joining me on this journey through the 1985 season, the team that made New England believe. This has been 1985, a Super Bowl Sound Odyssey. Until the next time the Patriots made the Super Bowl, I'm Mike Dussault.